Right, and I do believe they say second time isn't even charm. Welcome everyone to tonight's cast. We have a Division B Southeast game for the Nexus Gaming Series, and we have a Touch of Honey, the third seed coming into this playoff season, as well as Mean Old Men, the fifth seed. I never remember how the seeding actually works in this game, but that's fine, because actually, I don't have to be the one to figure it out. It's not my problem. It's much more of a mods problem, which is frankly just not me. Well, this game is just being a bit weird. Right, as I said, today we do indeed have a Touch of Honey versus Mean Old Men. We do see that there has been the bans of Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines by the side Touch of Honey, and Mean Old Men did ban out Dragonshire and Alterac Valley? I always want to say pass, and I'm never sure which one it is. It's pass, that's why. Anyway, and that did leave us to an Battlefield of Eternity map. Yes, thank you, Raka. I do see it's passed now. But right, as I'll say at the beginning of every series that I replay cast, I do not know who chooses map pick and who chooses first pick. It is the only way for me to kind of make sure I don't know what is happening throughout the series. But right, let's not dally any longer. Let's actually get into it, provided I can push the right buttons in the correct order. So, without further ado, let us go. I forgot to do the one thing I always do, and that is check if everyone's on the right side, because when we get to these sorts of games, well, people get a little bit more slack if they don't have a caster, and that's the wrong way around, isn't it? This side here is a Touch of Honey. Guys, you're making it difficult. You're making things difficult for me. I have to go out and push a whole nother button. Right on the side of a Touch of Honey, we do see Jared Roski on the Asmodan, Daily Peach on that Vala, support main on the Anduin, a support hero, Quiet Time on the May, and up the top lane we do see Black Jesus on the Gazlowe. In the left-hand side of Mean Old Men, we do see Maurice on the Li Ming, something distinctly not a man here. Coach Bombay on the Muradin, yes. Beachy Man on the Artanis. Huckett on the Raynor, and MZ17 on the Stukov. Right, we do see some abilities just getting traded out first. Really, not much is going to happen. Just teams trying to clear waves, trying to keep that little even with the other side. And that is Vala getting pulled out, not quite going down. And that was a very good pull by support main, as Daily Peach nearly lost their life. While there is just a bunch of posturing, I'm going to go over this real quick. We do see Muradin going into that... Oh, I can't remember what it's called anymore. Perfect Storm at level 1. It looks like it probably will be also a Q at 4 as well, is going to be my guess. Amateur opponent from Artanis, makes sense. Full team fight Asmodan, which, yeah, also makes sense as it is not the best map for the run it down playstyle. It can work, do not get me wrong, but it is not the best one for it. And we do see a Q build Vala. This feels very early. Oh no, but this just feels very early. At the top we just have waves trying to be traded, but yep, we just get a little bit of things. We should see how this goes, because most people don't usually cap that until about the 2:45 second mark, I believe. Coach Bombay stepping up, not actually really doing much. We do, again, just see these abilities being traded out. I wonder, like, if this will add too much with wave not quite here yet. We do see Coach Bombay not quite hitting that hammer. May just, yeah, this just camp is dying. That's the only thing like I have to note so far, and like nothing else is being taken on the map. Support main trying to push up and stepping up for a glow maybe, but seems to eat a decent amount of damage in the process. We do see that this Li Ming value, early game value coming out, just getting a lot of poke, getting a lot of splash damage on the side of a Touch of Honey, who I still don't have a logo for, by the way. I really need to go correct that if I cast them again. You can see on the website they do have a... Oh, but while I'm saying that, actually, that will be the Stukov going down, Huckett getting very low as well. Yeah, as I was picking up the... I love the ragdoll physics in this game. Yeah, like... A Touch of Honey does actually have a logo, right? I'm not insane, but I've seen it. Anyway, oh, we have a fight going up here. There's no fight going anywhere else, so I'm just gonna Oh, we do see a stun coming out of Beachy Man. Beachy Man trying their best to get out. Just slowly getting ordered by the Gazlo, and that'll be the Asmodite. Excellent swap onto the Gazlo. So Gazlo is behind the gate. Our tennis is going down first. Gazlo is trying their best to get out. Just seeing if there's anywhere safe it can stand. Oh, nope, nope. Not quite anywhere safe it can stand, unfortunately. Look, if you literally just quickly send it to me, I'll update it. But I appreciate it. But yeah, we do see race has been started by the coach Bombay, who by the looks of it did go into that Q build, that Sledgehammer. MZ17 getting very low as it is able to back out quite safely. But just a lot of actually good team fight here. Daily Peach to go that Q builder will be one thing to note, so we are likely going to see the Monster Hunter at 7. I could also be wrong. I say a lot of things and I'm wrong very often on this channel, so be it. Artanis just using his, I can't remember what the ability is called, Blade Dash, Blade Dance there. Daily Peach just trying to get like a little bit more poke onto it. We do see this is just being hard defended by a lot of the side of A Touch of Honey. And we do see just Daily Peach and Black Cheese is just defending down here, but the rest of them are just kind of congregating around this area. And that Li Ming poke is actually really hard to deal with on this map, especially if they do go V or build, yep, Triumvirate. And it looks like we're going to have that hybrid build with the resets and the Calamity still. Excellent timing of that, actually. We do have this Death Ball kind of trying to zone out the side of Mean Old Men. I must not have been casting at the time because I only did cast late. I did start casting late this season. You know what? That's fair. We do see just again this poke fight being kind of all the while they're here, they're not really getting too much done on their own Immortal, so they're just trying their best to zone out, and we do see a good root stun off the Mirrodin. However, they will have to be forced off this Immortal as they are missing 2 members. Jared Roski only just gets back, but that is already the Immortal over to the side of Mean Old. I want to call them Man Oh Man for whatever reason. Like, that's just not remotely correct. It is, in fact, Mean Old Men taking this first objective as we see the red side of A Touch of Honey just taking the safe rotation. And here we go. We have the objective up. We do have Sims up, but I will not talk about it now. I should have really talked about it in that last bit, but we do see that looks like a laser. Maybe too early to tell. But we do see just this Immortal just slowly getting poked down. Already gone for this bottom tower. Starting on work on the game. We'll be getting that top tower very shortly. Coach Bombay gets the stun off and is actually trying their best to do a little bit of zoning, a little bit of stunning. However, is not able to get anything as that wall was still up. That is the second tower down. This Immortal is actually living a decent amount of time. It was a full health Immortal, keep that in mind. Or essentially a full health Immortal. However, it will be going down now. Right, I'm going to quickly look at talents as teams are backing off. We do see that Monster Hunter at 7, that's what I was expecting. Other things to note is the long pitch is kind of interesting in this build. We do not see it very often, and we do see camps being traded out at the current point in time. Calamity Leeming as I thought. Chrono Surge. I don't hate it. It's actually a hero I've been toying around with recently, the Artanis. He's got a very interesting 7 there now, but I kind of wish I saw a bit more for like a single lane, off lane kind of character for this character. But I won't get into that now. That will be a surprise for a later series, perhaps. Maybe a series I'm playing against 2 certain people who are in this chat at the moment. Mirrodin jumps in very early. Doesn't really get punished for it, but doesn't really get much for it either. Just loses a decent chunk of health, which Stukov, yeah, sure, great sustain. Does not the best for healing up just that chunk, and we do have this cat fight once again going down bottom. Oh, Rocket missed my free scouting I was giving her, GG. Tanis is trying his best. Auto attack, auto. Oh, that's an excellent swap. Gazlo is just removed from the objective, however. That will probably be Beachy Man being removed from his life. That's a big old F. That's very bad timing. Oh, not very bad timing, but less than ideal. The Leeming Orb hits the fort, so she doesn't able to get the full combo on support main. If that didn't hit the fort there, she would have been able to Calamity in and take them down. However, as it stood, not quite the case. This Asmogdan's actually starting to get stacked up there. The later this game goes, the more it favors the side of A Touch of Honey. But we do really need to see 10s over from the side of Mean Old Men. Speaking of Touch of Honey, they do have the heroics. We do see the Ice Wall at 1. We do see a lot of damage coming out to both Huck and Maurice, but nothing happening. Edwin hasn't chosen yet. We do see Gravity Bomb, Gazlowe, Tide of Sin, Azmodan, and Reign of Vengeance, Vala. Just love a wait, what? LMAO. And we do see Daily Peach starting to do what they can to this objective, while the rest of the team is defending over here. Oh, we hear a Mean Beam. That is directly on top of Support Main. Support Main is interrupted out of Hollywood Salvation immediately, trying their best to keep themselves alive with desperate prayer. However, the beam on top of them and standing still turns out not a very good idea when there is a Mean Beam on you to stand still for any length of time. But even now, we do see still the race is being won out by the side of Mean Old Men. Which, in saying that, Mean Old Men used a lot of ults there. Like, it's still pretty close. But I do, yeah, this race will go over to the side of Mean Old Men. As I'm saying, they need this early game. If they can get this fast enough, like pre-16s, they should be able to win this map. If not, I think I put it over to the side of a Touch of Honey. So all I'm really trying to say is, Mean Old Men are running out of time. They're on a short clock and they need to use it. And once this hits for 20 and once this hits for 200 and this, sorry, once Annihilation hits 200 and once the Puncturing Arrow hits about 35 typically, that becomes much harder as those become a lot of burst. And even now we do see that extra damage by that Monster Hunter onto it. But right, while there isn't really a true Harding Edge, we're going to quickly run over some more of the heroics as we do see Avatar on Muradin. Raynor's Raider? Actually, no, we do see a Coach Bombay dives. I'm going to stop that real quick. Hammett manages to hit Vala. Vala gets pulled out. There's an excellent Ice Wall hitting two members of the side of Mean Old Men. However, we do not have a follow-up CC/kill potential that this team can have. Stukov trying to best keep him run. Huckett does get hit by both arrows going down very quickly. That will be the Beyblade Vala standing next to him. And that will be the Raynor going down first. Muradin getting an excellent stun off. Is trying their best to avoid all the like CC coming out. And even with Avatar, they just won't have enough health to get out. Quiet Time tries to dive onto MZ12. MZ17 and Morris. But Maurice? Better be someone from Mean Old Men here to correct me. But yeah, not quite enough to take them out. But as I was saying, Avatar Muradin, we do have a Mean Beam on Artanis. Another laser beam with this Disintegrate on Li Ming. Rainer's Raider on the Raynor, and the Flailing Swipes on the Stukov. Not my personal favorite 10. I love the Massive Shove, but Flailing Swipes is very good to break up a team fight, do not get me wrong. And you don't have to stand still for too long. Because if you're like me and like playing Stukov, you're like, I'm going to stand here and just shove someone like into Narnia. And they're going to end up like over here somewhere. Getting very aggressive pings here. I think we're going to see an invet. Yep, we do see Quiet Time stepping up. Gazlowe didn't really commit the Graver Bomb there, but I think it was the right call to be a bit patient. And we do see that 13s are now picked up by the side of Mean Old Men, but no one really goes to that camp anymore, as we do see that top Shama camp being destroyed very quickly. Murray's not really just finding too much there. We're just not seeing a much value. Again, we're just running out of that time for Mean Old Men as we are getting more and more scaled on the side of a Touch of Honey. And there are pings from the map to start, for the objective race to start. And I think now Vala may actually be in a good enough spot to do it. Actually, Vala does get swapped. We get a very split team fight here. Vala gets pulled out of danger and will be running from the laser beam while Muradin manages to hit the... Oh, Gaz does get saved by the Anduin and by his own Ravo Bomb. Coach Bombay got very low there, actually, even with his Avatar form. That's a good swipes by MZ17. However, that will be Muradin going down first. MZ17 not looking like they're going to escape, as well as that MZ taking a lot of damage. And that will be the Gazlowe taking him down. We do see it as Madunk going out, not quite finding anything. Beachy Man tried to get a swap combo onto someone, but did not find anything either. And that will be a 2 for 0, a 0 for 2 for the side of a Touch of Honey. Excellent stuff, excellent stuff, excellent stuff. But yeah, we are seeing now the momentum is starting to shift. As we have hit those talents, we are getting near that 35 stacks from Vala. We do have that 200 plus for Azmodan. And just not quite happening enough for the Muradin here. So again, we're just in a very tight pickle where it feels like it's going to be more and more in a favor of Touch of Honey as this map gets later and later. I'm very scared to see what happens for Mean Old Men in this push that Belif will be doing. And say that Coach Bombay has decided to step up, does hit a hammer onto Gazlo. However, not any really follow-up for it as he was a bit away from his team, and even Hilarion didn't have this stunt. Ilario? I said the name last night. I even got people to say the name last night, and now I'm forgetting. But yeah, that will be a relatively full health objective. We've got about a 3/4 health objective over to the side of a Touch of Honey. And we do have the Artanis trying to soak. In the meantime, Maurice doing damage, and there's actually Maurice nearly going down, eating a lot of damage there from both the stun from the Immortal and, well, actually stun from the Gazlo and the orb from Jared Roski. Jared Roski is actually doing a lot of that now. You can see that first tower go down without even the shield going down on the side of from the Immortal. Coach Bombay does have to use his avatar form, gets stunned very early. Is continuing to back out, does actually get out. We see Gravity Bomb trying to confirm that kill, however, it doesn't quite hit. And when using that Salvation a bit early, it felt like, but hey, it did manage to remove some of the damage from the Orb. Daily Peach trying their best to do a little bit more. We just get damage getting squeezed out, and yeah, as I said, we're getting into that late game. That is both 16s, that tower is falling. And we do see Mean Old Men have backed up to core. Out there waiting a bit. Oh wait, they're just healing, never mind. Welcome to I haven't played the game in such a lot. Like, I've just been casting the game more than I'm playing the game recently. And it's like, wow, they're giving up in NGS? No, they're just using their brains, healing up, while they have a free heal right next to them. Maybe I need to use my brain a bit more in these casts. The answer to that is no. I am using my brain a perfectly reasonable number of times. And if that sentence didn't clue you on to how I'm doing today, nothing will. We're getting a lot of pings, and it looks like that is a ping from the side of a Touch of Honey, but they've changed their mind and just... Okay, we get it. We get it. You want to do the camp. Right, and just looking once again in this top lane, we do see that cannon tower. Okay, what? Where did I click on a cannon tower? You're gonna die soon. Let's click on you, because I can't remember how to do it any other way. Anyway, we do see posturing from the side of... Ooh, Beachy Man did just leave the team. That is now a 5v4 top lane in favor of Touch of Honey. So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to push in hard of this, as that Artanis is taking the spot lane. Thing to know, even talent tiers now, we do see Coach Bombay hit excellent double stun, and this is just slowly falling more and more. And yeah, there's not really much they can do to defend this. They're kind of just bullied out by this aggressive 5-man push. I'm going to quickly open this up while there's not much happening. We do see success through by both teams, so if you're curious about what's happening, here are the talents. Interesting to see a trample. Not something you see often from Asmodan, or as I like to call him with this trample talent, the Fat Genji, because boy howdy he do be dashing. Daily Peach does roll out. I didn't know if that Phase Prism was going to hit them, however, I definitely would have also rolled there, as I am very scared about ever dying to an Artanis swap. Artanis swaps Stitches hooks. If I see any of them come near me, I am using any movement ability to go, no thanks sir, I don't want to deal with that. Oh, that is a beautiful combo. Jared Roski not quite having good timing on the ending there, however, it is what it is. You didn't quite expect from Maywall, maybe. Sometimes communication just struggles. Daily Peach took a lot of damage, actually. We do see that Hollywood Salvation come out, however, it looks like Muradin actually didn't quite have the hammer out, and we do actually see Skullcracker from Muradin. It's a very important thing to note. And it goes down first. Daily Peach is down to Beyblade, let it rip. Gets zoned out by the Maurice down there. Oof, I use a lot of words in a very short amount of time, and that is an excellent swap onto the Gazlo. Gazlo goes down next. I was apparently going to be wrong with my call. However, this has been a very chaotic fight for both sides, and Mean Old Men seem to be just edging it out with this, just slowly and surely they have the advantage. I would like to see Beachy Man actually on this objective instead of defending. However, defending Immortal there, I should have said. However, he does go back to defend the keep, as there is 3 casters on it. As unfortunately my team learnt the other day, a few casters can do a lot of unfortunate damage. Oh, we saw the trample. Trample! Yes! And that will be objective actually going over to the side of Mean Old Men once again. I wonder how close this will get because we're getting actually a lot of damage coming through from both sides now. Hell yeah, Kator. Are you? I don't know who you are, Kator. Are you in this game? Sorry, just like reading names. Like I don't recognize it. Trample is very OP, I have you know. But we'll see. No, actually, it may not be actually OP. A lot of people. Oh, actually, no. I take it back. Okay, because I just saw you use Trample to dodge the phase person vest. That is excellent stuff indeed. There you go. Confirm good talent. And we do see this damage coming out of the wall, and we get. Okay, excellent Ice Wall. Are we going to get the May combo? May does drop that a bit late, however, Varuk does save it. That is Muradin getting stuck in, boot back into the team by quiet time. However, we do not quite find the kill on him, unfortunately. We do get a dunk, not quite finding the target, unfortunately. We do have his camp pushing in the meantime. Oh, I've dropped something. Do have his camp pushing in the meantime, but I don't like the idea of doing this camp right at the moment. There's just not enough vision on map for either team. Quiet time does manage to spot the 4-man for Mean Old Men, and that will be Maurice trying to zone out everyone. Beachy Man getting hit. Oh, barely misses the phase prism, and that will be the Gaslow getting an excellent gravel off. That's 20s through, and we do see that Light of Stormwind, that invulnerable, that 20-second cooldown on the. Wait, no, it was interrupted. Never mind. That is a fat F. Maybe it came through just before the talent. I don't know. But we do see the Storm talents coming through the side of A Touch of Honey, and that will be the side of Mean Old Men backing off. Speaking of talents, we do have a Light of Stormwind. As I said, we have the Shatter from May. Oh, this Bomb Toss talent is the bane of my existence in ARAMs and everyone else's, but I actually think it's amazing talent, and I would love to see how it works out here. As I call it, the copyright mouse ears, as I don't really want to say anything else. Black Pool from the Asmodan, as they weren't quite at the Annihilation finishing quest, but it doesn't even really matter because a lot of people argue Blackpool is better in a coordinated environment because of that minus armor and this extra dot damage it gives. And we do see the Acrobat from Vala really leaning into that Q build, and we're at 45 stacks now. That is going to be doing a lot, either if you are the enemy immortal or if you're an enemy hero. We do see now heroics coming through the side of Mean Old Men. But unfortunately, the window for A Touch of Honey did kind of close to push on to anything. We do see the Rainer up. Oh no, it's called Duskwing. We see Rewind from the Muradin. Purify Beam upgrade. No, maybe that one wasn't necessary. Target Purified from the Tennis. Tell Rashes from. Well, never mind, we're not reading about it anymore as Beachy Man looks like he has gone and swapped himself into a horrible position. That'll be him going down first. However, Gaslow is also in a horrible position. That stun is kind of doing a lot. However, Anduin does actually get that full one off this time. No, he doesn't again. Is he just cancelling it early? Is he just cancelling it early? And actually, it was Muradin going down. Daily Peach was using that Beyblade, not quite finding anything. Oh, actually, no, they did find Muradin, but they did not find too much more. And we do see now this race should go over to the side of A Touch of Honey. I say should because this is Heroes of the Storm. Sometimes weirder things happen, and I just don't question it at this point. As I was saying, Tarashas, and we do see have that control chaos. Interesting choice stepping up here. You aren't quite connect together. Daily Peach eating an orb for her efforts of trying to get a kill. However, is just kind of step back. Daily Peach, you are far from home, my friend. You are near the enemy, in fact. There we go. As I can just zoom out all the way, I can close this, and we just see the race being closed out by A Touch of Honey. I'm curious whether we will see the end call here. It looks like everyone's tapping and will be pushing with the Immortal. I imagine if we see even one person die on Mean Old Men here, it may be an end call, because this is a 21-minute Immortal. That thing is jacked. It's going to be able to do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. And actually, we do see the split, the counter push here actually in bottom lane. Beachy Man, ooh, now no longer has their Q. Quiet Time managed to get an excellent Ice Wall out of them. We do see the assist ping. There's Beachy Man getting stunned, and there'll be them going down very quickly. The Esmeralda finishing up the stacks right then. Coach Bombay has to back out. That excellent invul. And we do see Anduin was actually able to get the full cast time off this time. Let's see. We do still have this Immortal pushing top. That split fight, they're just kind of distracted from it for too long. Sure, it didn't have much of a shield, but it's still managing to get a keep. And we do see now this end call being called as Artanis is down. Anduin once again using that Light of Stormwind. We see this core dropping, it's down 55%, and that is too much health for the Immortal. That is too much health for the enemy team. And that'll be first map going over to the side of A Touch of Honey. GG, as they say. Right, if I remember to push my buttons correctly, and I go to, not that screen, this screen. I'm actually a god. I want you to know this. We saw very close healing by both Stukov and the Anduin. Anduin actually, that Light of Storm, not Light of Stormwind, Hollywood Salvation paid off in the end, which I was very surprised about considering we do see interrupts from Raynor and Muradin and Artanis. And even Li Ming if they go Repulsion, but I think Anduin did hold to see if they went their Repulsion. And even Stukov can cancel it, so very good patience, I'd say, by the Anduin. Stukov, however, does the Stukov things, and Stukov just does a lot of healing in general. Meanwhile, I did like both comps a lot. I'm a fan of Azmodan, I'm going to be honest. I love the large lad himself, the large Lord of Sin. But Vivala was definitely getting up there in damage, and actually was beating Asmo by the end. Meanwhile, Li Ming was ultimately in the lead for damage. We just didn't quite see much else coming out from the side of Mean Old Men. I like the comp. They actually had excellent early game race. They were winning a lot of that early game, but even won a few mid game kind of trade outs. But as I said, around like the level 10 mark, it did eventually swing in the favor for A Touch of Honey at verse 16. So we do see those combos come online with the talents names. As we did see the Ice Wall, we did see the Gravo Bomb. And just, yeah, ultimately it looks like there's just a slight bit more blow-up synergy, if that makes sense. Just a little bit more kind of cohesiveness within how the team comp worked. But right, I'm going to quickly throw over to talents. If anyone is interested in using any of these builds, things to note on my end. Perfect Storm, it definitely feels like a shadow of its older self, but I'm not one to judge. Like, I love Ding talents as well, do not get me wrong. Long pitch, interesting in these kind of builds, but like, I don't know anything about Gazlo anymore. I just pick these ones and just kind of pray. Trample, as I said before, quite interesting considering that a lot of people will go that straight Q build, but I don't know really win rates of talents. The only thing I really actually am curious about is the Tempered by Discipline. I am very curious why you wouldn't go the Spell Armor talent, especially into something such as Li Ming, who can very much blow you up in a matter of seconds. Right. Anyway, I am going to quickly throw it to a break as I need to set up the next map. However, it does not take me long as I have gotten better at all of this. Surprise, surprise. Right, I'm going to mute myself, put on some music, and I'll see you all in a few moments. As I said, I've gotten better at this, and if you look now, Raka, we do have your favorite map of, I've clicked Battlefield of Eternity just again, haven't I? It is, in fact, Brax's Holdout. I am very good at this. And as you heard, we are about to begin, so let me change it over to the in-game screen. And on the left side of Mean Old Men once again, you have gotten better at it. You cheeky. We do have Maurice once. Actually, no, we have Maurice on the Val. I get so confused sometimes because the Sylvana skin looks close. Anyway, MZ17 back on that Stukov. Coach Bombay on the May this time. Huckett on the Big Dragon. Big Dragon. No, don't tell me that one. I'm just going to body you on the offlane, Raka. And Beachy Man on the Sonya. On the right-hand side, we see once again Jared Roski on that Azmodan. Support main on the support of Anduin. Quiet Time on the Muradin, Daily Peach on the Lunara, and Black Jesus on the Blaze. But yes, I am excited. I actually do very much like this map, and I'm very interested to see where this map goes for these comps. We do see Huckett on that Deathwing, which a lot of people have just played as a beefy kind of mage recently, but this level 1 kind of indicates maybe not. We may be seeing a rare melee Deathwing. I'm definitely excited for it. Otherwise, we do see auto attack Vala, that kind of hyper carry style Vala, which you can play with this kind of double frontline situation between Huckett and Coach Bombay, but we do need to see the later talents come in to see where that goes. The other sides, we actually, the only stacking talent we see is Asmodan with his Globe. Otherwise, we do see the auto attack Blaze build kind of there offlane ways. Morris got very low there. Isn't quite able to go down, but definitely got low. There's an excellent pull from Anduin. Quiet Time gets that weird kind of thing that happens when you get pulled and then you're like got an ability queued and things happen and you're like, oh god, how'd I get over here? But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely excited, Rocker. Well, we just have kind of posturing over here. I'm always going to point out, this is actually one of the most important off lanes of the game. It is very much, if you win this off lane, you can win the map. If you can win this off lane solo, you can win the map. That's the best way to put it. So it very much will be on whether Beachy Man or Black Jesus will be able to win that top lane. We do see a nice camp take happening here. However, we do see a join ping. It feels like that there's a warning of Beachy Man to back out, and that's good communication by both sides, but particularly by Mean Old Men, who are now actually getting a decent amount of siege through at front gate. I do wonder if it does out-siege a Lunara and an Asmoda, and if they decide to push as well, but no, we do see a rotate down by both of them, and that top right camp is taken by the side of a touch of honey. It's too early to tell that one, we've got to wait a few more levels. We're just getting a lot of Ring Rosies. Actually, the teams are just kind of taking turns trading who takes camp, and we do see level 4s. Oh, maybe not. Oh. Blaze gets the stun off on the Beach Man. Not quite what was intended, but they are able to get out now because of it. And that will be just 2% of the Zerg channeled over to the side of a touch of honey. Now that 2% is very important. Like, do not question it. 2% matters in the grand scheme of things. 2% of 2 million people is... Oh shit, why did I just like commit to doing math right there? I know how it goes. I know it's 20,000 people now that I've kind of stalled for it. But yeah, I don't like this call here, just kind of giving us objective free. Braxis is, again, one of the most snowballing maps in the game, and you're giving objectives for free typically doesn't bode well, especially as you're just kind of letting it tick up more and more. This Sonya kind of needs to get on here soon. We do see actually the bottom 4-man of Mean Old Men did take that over. Just gonna point this out. This is happening. Just camping. Let's follow Anduin. Riding field, see about it. Anyway, let's go out. Coach Bombay did get hit by that root, however, just throwing out stuns. Ability's really been traded. Mirrodin kind of helping out the Blaze here, so I don't think probably the Blaze is the best matchup into Sonya, especially if she goes to a team fight W build, which we see a Shot of Fury. Interesting. We'll keep you updated on how that goes for her. Oh, how is this going to go for her? I don't think there's quite enough damage here to actually kill the Sonya, especially with her spin up here. And we do see Mirrodin finally deciding to leave, as there is still a reasonable amount of value getting through this bottom lane. Has Vala died yet? Sorry, I need to check this. No, she has not. So she still has that full Gambit stack, quest, talent. She has all the Gambit, I guess, stacks, yeah. All the Gambit stacks left on her level 1. Coach Bombay taking a decent amount of damage here, as well as Huckett, and just getting zoned out by that daily Peach, that poison damage slowly getting everyone out. I think Mirrodin is just taking a bit too long up here at this point. It feels like they're not really getting much accomplished at the time, and there's actually a decent amount of push going from both sides. Yeah, sure, we get to see a double stun there, and we do see that Skullcracker, but Beachy Man really wasn't any too much of a threat. I think kind of Quiet Time has almost wasted time, in fact, as we see just further and further siege getting pushed in without that tank being able to zone for them. If they're able to get the Sonya short, it may end up paying off, but for now, there seems to be a lot of value getting given off in this bottom area. And we just see for Quiet Time finally deciding to just kind of back out. Mirrodin. I'm very curious about Mirrodin's misadventures. We got Murray's bizarre adventures. I don't know, it's not JoJo's. Huckett flies in, doesn't quite hit the Cataclysm, unfortunately. We're doing a decent amount of damage. We see Joe Roski once again with that laser beam at 7. You see Sonya actually taking a lot of damage here, getting hit. Actually getting stun locked relatively well, but still able to... Don't spin back in. You're already low enough. Blaze will be able to kill you. But no, we see them decide to finally back out. Beat you, man. I was just trusting. It is a lot of trust. It's unfortunately... Like, yeah, your team is doing great in defending the solo, but don't want... Like, yeah. But I'm just wondering whether you up there... It's necessarily the best use of time, but I could be nitpicky. I don't know how things go in comms. But we do see you finally... Oh, no. Once again, we are seeing the collapse on the Beachy Man. Beachy Man trying their best to get out. I'm wondering if that was the correct way. Oh, spin! Spin! We see Anduin going down bottom, and that'll be Beachy Man going down to Mirrodin's Hammer. However, that will be a 1-for-1, and the bottom keep is taken. Interestingly enough, we see a slight experience advantage over the side of a Touch of Honey, even through all this. I'm wondering if this is the right call, what Blue is doing. I'm just here questioning calls today. Wow, I'm being a negative Nancy. I'm so sorry, guys. Daily Peach is now caught a bit out of position, does decide to quickly just rotate away from that angry-looking dragon man over there. And we do see, oh, that flight gets definitely out in time, and no one is actually here to cap the top, so it looks like there will be a decent amount of percentage built up by the side of a Touch of Honey. And now that I'm looking at both these comps, it looks like neither comp is necessarily fantastic at dealing with Zerg. Yes, we do have things such as Esmedan's Dunk and Vala's W, but outside of those, what really is... I guess Deathwing with his Q and his W, but it's kind of not the best of situations for really either side. It looks like both teams were very committed to, we will win this objective, we will not lose it, we do not have to have the clear. And we are just kind of seeing that in action on both sides. However, it is currently kind of going over to the Touch of Honey, and Touch of Honey once again has that Asmodan, who does have very good presence on these objectives, and we do see level 10s coming through for the side of a Touch of Honey. A Touch of Honey does choose that Avatar and Mirrodin. Thornwood Vine on the Lunata. Anduin's figuring it out. Feels like they're about to go Hollywood Salvation again. They're just kind of waiting to figure it out. But like we do see that Rain of Vengeance picked up by Vala, so it should be interesting. Tide of Sin of the Asmodan, who does get pulled out of danger by that Anduin with their trait, that Leap of Faith, or as I like to call it, Trust Issues button. And we do see we got a Combustion Gamer. We see the Combustion on the Blaze. On the left hand side of Mean Old Men, we see M7. Numbers and letters, oh my. MZ17 with that massive shove, my favorite. The Rain of Vengeance from Vala. And actually that will be, once again, these objectives are just getting traded off a bit too much. Leap from the Sonya, Ice Wall from the Mei, and a Fear, that bellowing roar from the Deathwing. As I'm going to close this, as we see a fight slowly trying to break up. Oh, Blaze doesn't quite hit the Vala. Vala kind of still holding on to the stance, and then we still see a lot of Stormwind anyway. Look, Convection Blaze is terrifying, but no. We do see a lot of this Combustion being picked up. It's a decent round of AoE damage, but I'm wondering into a Stukov whether it is the best idea. In saying it, Huckett cannot get healed, so that Combustion damage onto the Deathwing is going to pay off. Ooh, that's unfortunate timing. Sonya does leap, however, does not manage to find anything. That does cancel. Okay. Blaze got off the full damage, and actually has Maurice going down first, as that is the first of Vala's stacks, her Gambit stacks. And when fearlessly using that in just directly in front of the enemy team. And Deathwing is going to use that Cataclysm, not really being able to do much. Don't think I would have liked to see it there. I think I would have soon liked it against this bottom wave. However, we do see a lot of chasing around happening here as Blaze is trying to get his best to get out. Huckett kind of backing off at the end, and that will be the Stukov going down first. Coach Bombay being chased out, and that will be really this kind of Zerg just dying before it really gets much more out than this red side's. As we do actually see already that first Mutalisk, Ultralisk going down. However, we just see the building going down faster. Beachy Man just Beyblading on top of that objective. Meanwhile, on top we do see the consideration of a push up there. Definitely lands directly in the middle of it, eating about a quarter of his health in the process. Ouch. But yeah, we see Mei defending this top area while the rest of the team is defending the Zerg. Like, Jesus is down here on that Blaze, but not really doing much more. And this top Top building is also being taken. That's very unfortunate phase for the side of Mean Old Men, and once again, as I said, this map is very snowbally with that kind of building missing on both areas now, especially that well missing in both kind of top and bot. It makes being aggressive on these points much more difficult. It's really, you don't have that gate to fall back to, you don't have your tower to fall back to, you don't have the well for healing. You need to be far more careful now if you're the side of Mean Old Men. Maybe death ball a bit, maybe not. I'm very afraid I'm going to accidentally, like, we're going to see this accelerated toxin at 16. Because, well, that means this map is a forfeit. I'm assuming it's not. So I'm just kind of sitting here, like, crossing my fingers, and we do see that 13s. Both teams have 13s. However, that is boss being taken by the side of A Touch of Honey. Excellent stuff. Before the blue side of Mean Old Men could even really react to it. We just see the tempo really getting set here by that A Touch of Honey, as they get to have quite an aggressive comp with both Quiet Time and Black. I nearly said that wrong. Black Jesus just kind of being. Nearly said Black Jesus, but no, not quite right. You see this double front line just being able to exert quite a bit of kind of zonal pressure. Muradin with his Dwarf Toss and his hammers, while the Blaze with his charge and his oil, just both very good tools for kind of like taking the area, taking control of it, and making sure no one can push in. And we just see the blue team trying their best to clear this boss, but actually doesn't have fantastic boss clear outside of Morris? Don't know. I do care, but I don't know. We do see Cataclysm coming out, as that boss is falling pretty quick now. But however, that did take the better part of that building. Sportman getting dove on, not really. It's a lot of just kind of people throwing out abilities, not quite finding much to hit home. Blaze does use a charge. Ooh, that's an excellent roll, and that is very unfortunate that Blaze was not able to get the kill onto the... I nearly said Sonya. That's not even remotely right. Onto the Vala there. Excellent stun by Muradin. You see Quiet Time kind of still piercing up, decides to back out after all of that. We do see a lot of damage coming out, and that will be Daily Peach finishing off that objective. Excellent stun by Quiet Time. NZ17 shoving the... Oh wow, Muradin went for a while. Right, Muradin away. Unfortunately, while that's happening, Stukov really kind of almost self-stuns there, as he is unable to move, unable to shoot, unable to do anything. Not most ideal, especially when a lot of their comp is very happy if you're standing still. We do see Daily Peach with that burst build. We see Jared Roski with that dunk. We see Support Man with his root. Okay, that one doesn't matter as much. It's just extra damage. We see Muradin with that hammer and Blaze with that charge. There's a lot of things that really want to punish someone standing still, and there are a few people who like standing still on this side. On the side of Mean Old Men. I'm just very afraid we're going to see the wrong talent on the Lunara. Very scared of that. I don't know, because whenever there's banned talents around, it's a late game. If it's picked, that will be a forfeit over the side of Mean Old Men. I'm assuming it's not. I don't know. I don't know what the map is yet. Oh, that's an excellent roll by the Vala. Vala is able to... Okay, they were frozen. Interesting choice of the Hungering Arrow there. We do see the blue side trying to control this objective. This Deathwing does have that melee build, but they seem to just be playing in this kind of ranged form a bit too much. I don't know about this. It just feels a bit off. I think it feels like there was a plan on the side of Mean Old Men, but something has gone wrong. Huckett is was on less than 30 health, does get a little bit of healing on the way out, and is able to kind of back out safely. We see Trample picked up once again. Lunara, please, I swear to God, don't pick it up. We see in a... Oh, I'm just staring at talents. I'm going to show other things. Okay, good. Everything's safe, guys. Lunara knew it was banned. We just see this like kind of camps being taken, traded. Anduin very out of position compared to his team, but however, that is 100-0 Zerg, and this 100 Zerg is going straight onto the core of Mean Old Men, so I want to see an end call here. I want to see the side of A Touch of Honey kind of try to finish this off. But in saying that, I do want to see Mean Old Men sticking this a bit longer as well. I love their comp, but we're just seeing a lot of free push kind of happening here. This Zerg is already on the core, and that is a lot of Banelings that will be eating damage. Excellent double stun by Blaze. Blaze does get Morris quite down low. There is a combustion coming out. It does get a lot of damage as well. Jarovsky There's a stun coming out, hit, not stun, but damage coming out, and CCing that Stukov damage. There's May, and then those two of the bruisers going down next. Huckett's calling GG, and it looks like GG indeed, as this core already has lost its shield, losing itself, and that is essentially the whole Zerg wave, but bar one. We're just getting a nice ending charge off, and that will be GG, as that is a Touch of Honey taking the series 2-0 in a pretty dominant looking fashion on that last map. Right, let me throw it over to the right screen. As I just keep clicking the wrong thing. I really should be better than this at this point. Right. Low kill game, actually. We saw 7 kills to the side of a Touch of Honey, but other than that, it was 8 kill game in total across 12 minutes? 14? Somewhere in that area? But yeah, like, healing numbers were actually pretty good, all considering for that. But we did see in the end, like, the side of a Touch of Honey did kind of bring it out in the end. I did like the kind of bulkier comp from Mean Old Men. It was a very excellent idea, as we didn't see really too much in terms of like your general, oh, there's a bunch of big boys, time to choose percent damage. I say that, but then I remember Lunara can actually pick up percent damage. Good work me for actually remembering that talent exists. Bad work me for forgetting it exists up until I said it. But anyway, yeah, we did see Lunara did a lot of damage. Sure, a lot of people just go, oh, it's for poison, but even that poison adds up when you have things such as Deathwing, who doesn't actually get healed from people such as Stukov. Stukov, sure, excellent healer into the poisons. However, Deathwing kind of can't get healed by Stukov's kind of pustule? Healing pustule? Yeah. This is a hero I play. I should know the name of it. Vivala, I would like to commend Vivala only dying once, especially considering she did go that Gambit build. I know if I ever see someone go Gambit build, I sit there and going, make them regret choosing that talent. I will focus someone who, if they choose a Gambit talent, hello Shai, I hope you're doing well this evening. And but other than that, like, yeah, I did like, once again, that Asmodan did a lot of damage. That trample, I do say it's a bit of a meme talent. I know it can be very good in a lot of situations, but percent damage dunk, man. I can't bag on it if Asmodan just went 2-0 this series, so. But yeah, excellent stuff from both sides. If there was a highlight for me that game, it really was just kind of somehow. I did like that early aggression Mean Old Men did have, even though they did lose the series, they did have some very good plays. Still, just taking that bottom keep when Muradin was just kind of taking his time a bit in the top lane, just kind of trying to kill the Sonya, and just the play didn't kind of happen, and then they just kind of stood there for a bit. I'm sorry to like bag on someone in particular. I want to try analyze this game more. I like how everything works. I like the actual theory behind how everything works, such as the comps. Like, these both were excellent teamfight comps. However, we did see that like the Deathwing kind of went into that melee build and didn't quite actually go into melee very often. So I'm wondering if there's a slight misstep on what kind of builds they're choosing and such. And yeah, we did also see like some kind of anti-synergy as such, as Sonya would go to leap and we saw the Ice Wall come out. But in the end, like, the idea was there, just not quite the execution. I am super hyped for a new game from the Devastator. I heard about this. I'm very interested in it as well. But yeah, we did see in the end, the side of a Touch of Honey did take this game, and that means okay, before I change the screen, if anyone's interested in talents or trying these builds themselves, here they are. The thing I always like to note is just a few interesting talents. Once again, this trample kind of laser build, this hybrid build, I should say, really, of the Asmodan. And when you don't see Surge of Light taken all that often, is something I should mention. You usually see the W talent here, or the blue one, the Piercing Light. Obviously, we see Lunara with that burst damage build. If anyone's curious about why that 16 was chosen, because currently in that level 16 is not that level 16. Accelerated toxin, poison, something. Yeah, anyway, that talent's banned from NGS at the current point in time because of a bug that kind of messes with it. I will not say what it is on stream, just because if someone doesn't know about it and wants to exploit it, that would be a bit rude. Abolish Magic, also very good pickup. Other things to note, not really. I did like the Gloom from Vala, especially running into things such as a heavy spell damage Asmodan. But that, yeah, not really too much more to break down here, as we didn't see too much more happen in terms of the builds. Everything was relatively, I say relatively standard. The Mirrodin and the Blaze are the only standard builds on the side of A Touch of Honey. And that Deathwing build didn't quite really fit the playstyle they wanted to go with. But yeah, let me throw that over to the map view screen. Yeah, everyone on Twitter. Oh, yeah, that's where I saw it. It's very amusing indeed. But anyway, as we see, it was a 2-0 victory by the side of Touch of Honey, so they'll be going through to the next round of these playoffs. That was the Coastal quarterfinals. They'll be through to the Coastal semifinals for B Southeast, as I don't quite recall how these South and North divisions work in the East, but I believe it's 2 brackets of 8, which then the finals, the people who win both those brackets play in the finals for that coast, and then they play the finals for West Coast. Something I'll have to look into next time I do one of these North-South casts. But anyway, I'd like to thank everyone for actually watching tonight. I do very much enjoy having an audience, so you all have been wonderful, especially to the new viewers of Quiet Time. Kato? Yeah, we did have Raka once again joining in, as well as ever wonderful Shy on Twitch and the Lich Queen, at least for a little bit at the beginning. But right, anyway, that will be it for me. I would like to wish everyone a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and I shall see you all in the Exus, the XT, the Nexus. Goodbye.